Welcome to Teams Tuesday, a podcast about mastering the best about what other people have already figured out. Teams Tuesday focuses on insights and lessons that never expire. You will walk away from every episode with actionable insights that help you get better results and be more productive.
This was about as bizarre and easy as it gets.
The client just couldn't make up their mind.
I feel like we had top.
Went from a project of 20 weeks to just 2.
The DevOps was a cultural shift.
This is Teams Tuesday with your host, Peter Ward.
Okay, welcome to Teams Tuesday. It is March 2022. Well, the year is coming along, and we've got a phenomenal speaker, Jenkins NS, another Microsoft MVP. Welcome to Teams Tuesday. Where you are right now, it's in the evening, down South India, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, Chennai, India.
Okay, very nice. And you got, well, tell me a bit about yourself. How many years experience do you have with Microsoft?
I have 18 plus years of experience. I start my career with long back with SharePoint 2003. 2004, I started my career. That's my .NET and SharePoint projects together. I'll work with .NET and Microsoft Teams and Power Platform. This is my specialization.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, I do see you have a publication, Building Solutions with Microsoft Teams, which I believe is somewhat conveniently what the topic of your presentation is today.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the same topic, how we understanding the Teams app development platform. Here, I'm going to explain the same thing with a brief and give a small demo, how to start, how easy, because people worry about move to Teams development. That's point, how easy we can adapt. That point I'm going to show today.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. And you're the founder of JPower 4. So is there a JPower 3 or JPower 2?
JPower 4, because of we are 4 members in my family, myself, wife, and my 2 kids. All names start with J. That's the reason I used J.
Okay.
Something funny, but something I feel that okay, will family we can give the name for that, J Power, and 4. That's because I'm a mathematics student when I'm in college. I thought of J Power 4 is a 2 square like that. Let's start off that one. Yeah.
Okay, that's actually very funny actually, because I knew someone who had a company and it was called Vivamax, and his wife was Vivian. And basically, Vivamax was basically Vivian maxing out his American Express credit card. So hence Vivamax.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so what year did you sort of like get involved with SharePoint?
Yeah, I started SharePoint part 2000. I think my age 23, 24. I think so. Yeah. After my college, it's a year 2004 I used, but a version 2003.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, so I used SharePoint 2003. So this is with Portal and Content Server was.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, MCMS and Office 3, SharePoint Portal 2003 and WSS 2.0.
Yes,
yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
That's the biggest starting point, right? We are unable to get help. A lot of challenges that time.
I totally agree. It was a bit of a beast in those days. Okay, yes, it's not a long way. Okay, so what's a typical meeting look like for you? A typical day, what does that look like for you?
Busy days, most of them after we started my startup. Morning I can start with but at least I can spend some half an hour with the latest features, everything what are introduced like that. I spend some time with the readings. After that, because I need to, before reading the mails, I will start with some other stuff. After that, start with the meetings and manage the team around 2 hours like that. Then we can work on the plan for all the documentation or RFAs like that. That's a purely busy days mostly. And evening, at least 2 to 3 hours I spend with my family, with my kids, because of they are very small. I'll spend some time. After that, again, at night, sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours, I'll spend again with the office work and go back to bed. Yeah.
And you have 2 boys, I believe, is that right?
Oh, yes, it's a 2 kids. One is 7 and one is 4.
Okay.
Both are boys, yeah.
Is the older one learning to code a bit?
No, yeah. I don't want to push like that because kids is always need to play with that. I believe after some 10 or 15 years need to start the coding or whatever they like. Later we can learn this, whatever they prefer for their career.
All right, and tell me about your last project and your last challenging project, shall I say.
Recently, I delivered a project for a healthcare organization to US university and also the hospital. That is purely a Teams project, pure apps development. The main thing is we thought of initially to deploy the app store. Everything is something easy like that. There's a lot of review process. Everything. That's the challenge point for me. We thought of within a week or two we can deploy in app store like that. After it took at least 3 months. That's the biggest challenge. Yes, every time we are coming a review and changes and all stuff. Finally, we successfully deployed in app store, and now multiple hospitals are using that. This is something like they are going to use in the operation theater and get a communication from their own application to Teams. That's like a proactive message.
You mentioned about adaptive cards limitations. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, adaptive cards. Now we are Teams is something a hot topic, right? Everywhere we go, see Teams. When coming to the development point of view, adaptive card is now 1.5 version is running its current version, but Teams support from 1.3 only, because we are waiting for to bring more UI front. People are looking for more UI and more interactive like that. We are still working on that. I think Microsoft soon they'll release with upgraded versions.
Right.
That's some challenge in the adaptive card part.
Right. What do you feel like is the biggest mistake that hold back clients from getting the results they want?
Yeah, client feel that because of customer always coming as a new product, they suddenly can go and deploy. Started with that. Most of the organization, that's governance issues are that while deploying, and what the purpose they are bringing the apps. They don't understand use cases. What's the reason? That's something need a adaptation for that. I believe Microsoft give more training about teams for or they need to at least push them to bring more trainings. They can adapt more. But adaptation is the meeting point. They are adapted already, because already in the Skype business they are adapted. How to collaborate with other applications and other tools, everything. That part they need to bring more. That's in my point of view. They need to adapt more.
But like when you say adapt more, that's a very broad. What do you mean by that?
They're still lagging with only most of the customer. You feel that they are broader teams feel that they are going to work with the biggest product. But once you can see 80% of customers are using only for meetings and communications purpose only.
Chat,
but
yeah.
they are not chatting everything. Yes, more than that, we have huge features available in Teams, right? They are not one by one they are touching, but we need to push more on that. Then I believe Teams will grow again another era. That's seriously. It's because its adoption is very much useful. When you use seriously, if you adapted the Teams more in your organization, that much you get more benefit out of that.
Sure, I hear what you're saying. Right, so it's now time for your demo. Okay, before we kick into this, which I'm looking forward to, what are the 3 cool things that I will see?
Main point is the app development. That's a Microsoft Teams app. This application. Second, I can go and show with bot how we can utilize the bot features inside the Microsoft Teams. That's a bot framework integration. The third one I can go into say about proactive message, how we can give the message from outside of your application. That's something your own custom application or any other part. How we can send a message to Teams without any interaction with it, to something like a WhatsApp message. Suddenly you want to inform someone to send a message, right? Like that, how we can make it without using Teams from the outside.
Sure.
That part I'm going to say. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fire away here.
Okay, that's it. Today I'm going to start talk about introduction about the Teams, and then give some Teams apps and how you create an app for a Microsoft Teams and tools for developing apps for the Teams. That's we target and give the demo out of it. And with the different tools, how we can use what purpose we are going for in something extensible our platform. What's the reason we are going? That's our target to show. Okay, that's Microsoft Teams is an extensible platform. You can create custom apps on putting your app to the on at the heart of your organization and collaboration platform. Apps for Microsoft Teams can be as a simple or a complex as you need. And sending a notification or a channel, your communication, everything we can do with your application. That's the extensibility. Okay, when you come to the part, okay, everyone know about communication. It's Teams means always people feel that that's a communication is there, and we know about collaboration. Okay, it's collaborating, integrate with the SharePoint, Office products, and more than 600 apps are there. We can able to connect. There's a lot of options are deep integrated with your Office apps, and also we can have another good thing is customize and extend. That's for your line of business who are using their own application, how to bring inside. Okay, For example, you want to proactively send the information to the teams from the external system, or embed your website or web app directly to the Teams client, allow users to quickly look up information to another system. Like that, we can bring many things and trigger the workflows and process based on the conversation in Teams. Something you can play around with a single place to work on it. Okay, nowadays everyone working from home, most of them because of pandemic situation, and also now the era is changed. Now we are working in home and able to adapt because of these type of tools, right? So main Teams is main role it's playing. Okay, that's we can able adapt to the day day-to-day activities. We can easily communicate to the team members, or you want the external user, vendors, or customers, like that. That's all we can able to do, and we can able you need to bring some external apps, automation process, some flows and everything we can adapt. That's a customized and extend solution. And one more thing, Teams is already title coupled with Office 365. That's the reason it's security and compliance and everything's 100% perfect. That's because of already it's proven, right? Long back it started with 2009, right? It's a Office 365 introduced first. Now we are more than around 10 more 12
yeah,
years. Yeah.
That was the BPOS plan.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Let's say now we are something like established. Now people can easily adapt with that because of it's already security, everything set. That's we can extend the applications really is good, easy to adapt. And now the another good thing is Power Platform also integrated with the Teams. You can able to develop your apps, virtual agents, everything directly with your channel itself. Okay, that's a benefit. Okay. Yeah, when you come to Teams, how we allow evolve, what's your background? You need to understand that your vertical or your healthcare, or manufacturing, retail doesn't matter. Where you're coming from, your vertical or your horizontal or your organization teams or something like your office products or anything. Everywhere you can able to adapt easily with the custom apps and ready to use applications already available from Office 365 application from Microsoft and partner application from third party part. And you can also able to share your application if it is something like generic, and you can able to earn out of that. If a customer is using, then obviously you get benefit out of that, right? That's you can able to develop, and you can able to develop for your organization alone. Okay. Yeah. When you come to what are Microsoft Teams apps, I will just go for faster because everyone understand, right? To say something like every organizations we have a vertical, horizontal, doesn't matter. Everywhere, any organization, any business doesn't matter. We can able to adapt. Okay. What are Microsoft Teams? Okay. When you come to Microsoft Teams, first thing is you need to think it. Apps built to the Teams platform primarily focus on increasing collaboration and improving productivity. That's the main expectation. Okay, something like collaboration with your external items in the daily activity. What are the, for example, payroll system, or you have daily some communication, some sharing some information, or any small application you want to integrate. That's all we can able to do. Let's say you want to integrate your reports in your channels, or you want to integrate any personal apps or group chat apps, like that. You can bring anything. And also you notify your team for important events, and you want to send a priority message to that, and embedded a functionality from other sites and services. That's a benefit out of that. Okay. When you come to what is a Microsoft Teams app, okay, the same, or it's available for web, desktop, and mobile, right? Already Teams client is supported. The same app also it supported the same thing. You don't need to worry about how it will deploy in our application, everything. It's something need to plan for your business and how we can develop. And you need to understand the different languages, like whatever your preference. For example, if you're server-side developer, you are ready to do C# or VB.NET, that's fine. If you are a client-side developer, modern technology like React or anything, that's also good because of both supported. Right? So anywhere we can able to develop a application, or you want to write an application from a notepad, that's also fine. Feel that I am a old expert in the coding with JavaScript, then I can able to do like that. We can able to do from any form of development, but we need to understand what you need to bring a deployment side, like a manifest file, some to communicate from your code to your teams, and what icons to bring to show the user. That's all the things you need to know about that. And what services to communicate to outside third party application you want to bring. This is the main thing we need to understand, and what are the functionality you want to return in the application itself. That's all you need to plan, and where to deploy. Mostly we deploy in Azure. Okay. The reason behind is Microsoft Teams bot and message extension and task module support bot framework in the background. Bot framework is support is we in the market we have huge number of bot frameworks, but Microsoft Teams apps only compiled with Microsoft bot framework. If it's compiled with the bot framework in Microsoft, then only it's support to work in Teams.
Jenkins, can you tell me about the licenses? Like with the bot framework, does that work with E3? How does the pricing model work?
In the bot framework, the licensing part, bot framework is free, right? That's why when you want to use only the Azure bot, whatever your hits, how much you are using. We have two types of license part, one is free and one is standard. That's why so in the demo I'll show you how much counts you can able to use. The free, most of the time, developer purpose free is enough. Deployment time, we need to deploy in Azure, right? We need to plan for that to the standard license, and you need to pay this based on the usage. They will charge in the Azure. It's not a standard price like that. Everything based on the usage.
Consumption.
Okay. Yeah. I'll show on that things once I open that thing. Okay. I'll just another 1 or 2 slides and I will go to the demo. Okay. When you come to the Teams client to extend, what are the different capabilities? First, you need to know, right, what we can able to do. First is tabs. Tabs already available out of box also. In the development side, you want to develop some tabs or pages like websites. You want in the code itself, then go with the tabs option. And we have a message extension. What is message extension? When you go to the Teams, you can able to see any Teams. You can go here, right? If you get a new conversation, you can the bottom, whatever link apps you are coming, right? These are message extensions. Okay. And this one more thing is whenever already the replay part, we can able to see in the particular item dot these also message extension. Like whenever you have any message extension added, the more actions we can able to do. The see more. These all the something you are extending your message, whatever communication with your teams, we can extending that. Okay, that's the main part. And when you bot also, we can work like this. For example, a new conversation, something like we can find some bots. Say you want to get some bots, you can say planet messages, something fully Power BI like that. We can able to communicate. Okay, that's something we want to book something. Let's say channel level or team level you can bring. Same way you can able to do with the personal bots. You can see personal bots. For example, if you want to deploy something, you can get the welcome message and you can want to communicate something. You want to act with a something personal means what you do. You want to book something without interacting with any human being. You want to book a ticket for a travel or something like that. You need to use, right? That type of application we can use. Personal and channel also it's our support. If you want to use in the all team members to work on the same app, then you can plan. Mostly channels will prefer to use like a planner application or a DevOps application like that. Team oriented application we bring inside the Teams channel. When you come to personal apps, always you prefer that one-to-one communication. That's one to human to bot communication. That's you can plan. Okay, that's the main part you can do that. Okay, that's you need to bring. And we have other options on team supported with a chat, whatever the user based chat, like which user you want to communicate like that, we can plan. Okay, that's also it's supported. Okay, when you come to the steps, then what are the things we need to do? Okay, the tools part. Okay, this I can show you. When you come to the creating apps, we can able to know about it. Already know. In the message extension, we have two types. One is search commands and another one is a action command. It's a simple difference. Action command is nothing but you're passing one information, you get a set of output and your form as an adaptive card and send to the teams. Search command means you are search and get that. It's something like a Google search like that. You're searching and identify some particular result. From there, you select some which one is preferred to select and then you share. Okay. For example, you are searching some YouTube or something like that. You can able to search. And tabs is something like you want to bring some tabs, extra tabs. Okay, whenever your application running, you want to bring some tabs out of that. Sorry, let's say you can run some application. You can see we want to use some information you want to share. Okay, just say sample one. Okay, welcome to the bot and like that you can able to see. Okay, likewise we can able to show more information like a proper website. You can able to utilize adaptive card or any other UI front. We can able to bring something like a proper page to manage your daily activities, view activities, everything is support. Okay, not limited to anything. Same like a website, all activities able to do from your tabs, channels and or personal apps also. And we have conversation bots. It will support in your groups, your channels, and your personal apps. Okay. And finally, webhooks and connectors. People new to webhooks, if you know, webhooks is very much easy. Okay, to understand. Everyone knows about REST APIs, right? It's very popular now because long back it's developed and web services moved to REST APIs. Webhooks, nothing but don't want to communicate much. If a REST API, what you do, whenever you go and verify something is happen or not like that, verify it's working. Webhooks not like that. If anything come in front, it will return back. For example, in simple example, if you're going for a shop, you go and buy a item, but it's not available in the shop. What to do? You can sharing some your phone number or email ID or anything to communicate back to you and inform the shop owner and say them, once the product back, you can inform me. Like that, you can say that, then it will come back to your home. Later they call and inform. That is like a webhook. Okay. Whenever that required, then it will inform back. If your REST API is not like that, whenever you want to verify, you go and check these item is there or not like that. That's the difference with the webhooks and REST API. That is you can able to do. We can get the communication from outside users to bring inside a message, notification, everything from the external system. Connectors also that we can connect from different applications, share the information to the teams. Something like communication from the outside. Okay, mostly third-party application we are planning. Then we can go with a conversational bot or tabs and message extensions. Webhook and connectors, something like a UI front, something low-code solution we want. You can plan to go. It's easy to build a low-code solution type of activity. And other than that, Power Platform is integrated. All Power Apps, Power Virtual Agents, and Power Automate, everything you can able to manage. Now your approval or flows, everything you can able to manage. For example, you can see the approvals. Okay, if you want to see approvals activity, you can see that. What are the approvals received? Okay, send a request to review the item. Like that, it will receive a message. Directly, you can do your Power Automate approval from here. Okay, that's a benefit of that. That much integrated with your application. Okay. What are the tools required for our development? Okay, first thing is you remember that different tools available. Element generator for Microsoft Teams is a third-party one. Now with the Microsoft integrated with their own, and we have a Teams toolkit for Visual Studio Code or Visual. These are both. That's the reason I told you. You are a modern developer, Node, React. That's also fine. If you are a C# or like the server-side developer, that's also fine. Both supported. You can able to do. Okay, let's say time concern going fast. I'll show you. We can say Teams generator, you can able to see here also. Same thing you can able to see in Microsoft site. Okay, the tools and SDKs we can able to see Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio. That's how now in community members are giving a lot of examples out of that. You can easily adapt with that. And yeah, element generator we can bring. When you planning for element generator, first install the node. And then you can install the Gulf and CLI because compiling. Then we can install the generator for Teams. Something like a same. If you are already familiar with SPFx, then you know that it's a same scenario. That is, we use Yo at Microsoft/SharePoint. Here we use Yo Teams. Okay, that's a different. If you want a preview version to work on it or land something latest or outcoming, then you can go with that. Okay, that's a way you can do it. Okay, whenever coming to development, okay, what are the things required for your daily activity development? Okay, first thing is manifest app studio. This is to communicate from your code and your bot framework. And the manifest is communicating your Azure where you are deployed, the bot framework channel, as well as whatever code deployed, right, with the functionality. That functionality can communicate with the application. Okay, that's a both thing communicate. And you have a logos. Our color is a small size image, and outlook is outline is a big size image to bring the app to represent to the user how it looks based on your logos, everything. You can show them.
Jenkins,
Okay.
quick question for you on the app. Like when we're doing SharePoint sites and we've got JavaScript, we would use things like browser stack to test the compatibility of browsers. Can you use browser stack on Teams applications?
Now the best thing in Teams is from 2017 onwards, Microsoft ready to come out from the third-party versions, right? Before that, you can see that we always depend with Internet Explorer only in the browser side. We don't have option to run from your Apple machine or any other devices. Now, after 2017 February, first SPFs they introduced. Now, everything Teams also you can able to access from everywhere with your app also. No need to worry about the devices. What are the latest devices? You need to at least if you are using Internet Explorer 11, you need to record or Western solution Chrome and Edge Chromium or Firefox, everything is of Safari, everything is supported without any issues because now everything supported in the modern environment, right? Microsoft also adapted that, and now most of the open source solutions are deployed in our application, Teams and SharePoint, latest Office 365 SharePoint modern sites.
Sure.
Got it?
All right.
Yeah. Okay, when you come to deployment, first you can just a step. We need to plan for a first application you need to do. You always remember that register the bot with Microsoft Bot Framework. That's very important. We need to do bot channel registration. Now renamed it bot Azure bot. Okay, and then enable the channel where you want to do and the client secret you need to take and deploy in your Teams app using MN generator. Okay, that's I can show you fast. Okay, let's say then I'll apply, run the application. Okay, let's say we need Azure. Okay, for the app registration. Okay, just I'll open in another window. When you come to here, I can say, yeah, or any different subscription doesn't matter. I'm using a subscription here different and my Teams is different. Okay, that's don't worry about it. Whatever you're creating, your subscription is fine. Okay, when first thing is you need to create a app Microsoft bot channel registration. Now it's a Azure bot. Okay, you can type bot. That's easy to bring all the list. Okay, that's a Azure bot. While creating the Azure bot, you need to remember that. For example, create. Then you can give the name for that. I can say Teams demo. I hope it will available. Yeah, and you can use any one of your resource group you can attach under your license, which one you have, you can use it, and you can use any one of your part. Okay, the same I can use as in the. Okay, then you can go here. This is the licensing part for bot framework. Change the plan, you can understand that. We can have two plans. Okay, one is 10K premium messages free. Okay, if you are a small business, then obviously it is enough to do that. If it's something like more than 1K premium message per unit will happen, then you can plan accordingly. Okay, as free standard channels you can able to use, but when the size what you are using, right, we need to charge for that. For example, GBP for 1000 messages, 1 GBP for estimated 0.37 for 1000 messages. But this one is free for your development or your testing everything. Don't want to give a standard. Okay, just a free is enough to do that. And when you're planning for a deployment, small or big, at least you need think about per month. If you are going to more than 1000 messages, then go with this. Okay, that's you can plan. Okay, let's say select it. And here you can decide what type of app you want to use, a single tenant app, multi-tenant app, or use it. That's nothing but is a identity platform. How we can identify your app, where you want to identify. I can use single tenant. Okay, then you can creation type. It's a new one you can create. You can use a new Microsoft app ID. Okay, just I'll go back. Okay, it's a creator. The same thing I'll create it here. Okay, once I create, it will be there. Okay. Okay. Once you come here, we need to provide some URL to communicate. For example, like I can say some server domain name / we can use some where you want to communicate, right? That part we need to use it. Okay, let's say when you can say coming here, you can say whatever the API / messages. Okay, let's say we can. This is starting point. Where you want to start the domain name you need to provide. We get the in the channels. We can go the channel. You can able to see. Just I'll come back. I'll show you. The channel is you need to publish first. Without that, you can see that Microsoft Teams. If you have other channels also there, whatever you want, select it, then it will activate here. Okay. Once activated, then only able to use the application in your app. Okay. And then one main thing is go to configuration, get the ID. You want to create the app, right? While creating the app, for example, I can say here, make a directory or say project 2. Okay. It's a different folder I created. I start the project with a node. We need to install at least 12 or 14 node version of nodes. Okay, then you can install the Teams. You can able to use it. Your Teams. It takes little time. I'll show the output in the middle. Okay, how we can get the information there. Okay, when you come to this one, it will ask you all the IDs, everything, application ID you need to record. And one more thing, we need a secret ID. Okay, let's say after adding this one, you can see the manage. It'll open this window. You can see the certificates and secrets. Okay, here by default one is that. Don't worry, there's a create new one and give some bot app. You can decide how much months you want. Recommended 6 months. Whenever you want to change the password like that, it's a secret. Client secret normally we can when you want to change this. Don't want to use the same one for 24 months or more than that. That's not a good idea. Good practice, at least 6 months is fine. Every 6 months you can change it. Okay, then anyone unauthorized person don't want to use, right? That's you can always carefully work on it. Let's copy the ID and then I can put here, say the ID here, and the same way whatever I created ID, then I can go back here. I can copy the Microsoft app also. Okay, app ID. This is the communication from your bot framework to your application. Okay, this is the main thing. Then you need to do the development code. You can see here. We can say the folder name, project name, company name, where you want, which version you want to go into use, 1.8 to 1.9, 10 level like that. We have to 1.65 like that. Now Microsoft move out of that, and you can say that if you decide all the question, this all you can able to editable. Okay, later you can able to modify. These are the different types you can able to use, but tab, but the same application you can able to include all these apps together. Oh, that's also fine. For example, the same app, I'm planning to use tab, bot, outgoing network, Google connector, messages, and everything. That's also fine. Or remove that, and you can go down and add it using the tab part. We can make a bot. Okay, just enter, and you can see this project URL is a deployment in production. You need to plan for the URL. Okay, just learn, and you can say no, not required, header bar not required. If you want anything, just you can add it. Say like that, you can add it. Okay, let's say new bot. Once you come new bot, you can provide the what is the name of the bot, demo bot, and I can say give the ID. What is the ID I copied from here, right? Microsoft App ID that I can mention here. It will you can able to modify anytime. Okay, and if you want that static app, if you want, you can do that. About part, and you can upload if you want any files in your application. Okay, this is just a summary you want to decide. If a calling feature is support like that, you can decide. This will create the application. Okay. Okay, this is something like you need to plan for your application development. Okay, first thing is we need a bot framework. Then second one is we need a application. After application, one for two things you need to remember that whenever you're deploying, right? When you're planning for a deploy the application, we need to deploy in Azure only its support because of team support only HTTP, yes, not HTTP. If you're using .NET, you can press F5, it will open a IIS Express and it will run the application. It's able to see the output. But when you come back to from there, in our teams, we don't have like that. If you want to use in the localized, then you need to use at least some tool to expose your local host to server host like ngrok. Okay, Microsoft supporting ngrok you can able to use, and you can have market. We have different tools also available. Whatever you like, you can able to use it. But better you can use the ngrok one. Okay, and whenever you are using the application, just I can stop this one. Don't want to go that. I can say the one I can use. Okay, it's take little time. Don't want to waste our time. Okay, just I can open the code. You can say this is the code you have. Okay, when you open, don't want to have all the stuff you want to use anything. Just to know that where you are starting point. Okay, this is starting point of serve.ts. Okay, this is the one you need to know where you want to start. Okay, that's based on that only it will work. Okay, whatever application hitting went, whatever you started, it'll automatically directly come the serve.json and it will work on it. Okay, they say I'll say that. Can express version in the index.html will run if your HTML tab or something is there, and the MS Team API router it will redirect to corresponding page. And this is a client. Under the client, you can see the what the output final output sent. Okay, this is just the about part and return the output. And the server part, we have one more file we have under the server folder. We can see here. Okay, this your bot name with the one you can see here. This is a starting point where you want to execute. This is a member adder or a welcome card manager like that. We can bring that. Okay. Now we can able to. This is the app messages we want to bring inside our Azure bot to communicate. And one more thing you need to know. Always remember the environment for your teams. That's the manifest will be there. The environment you can provide the application ID that is by default is there. There's a Microsoft app ID is nothing but you are copying from the bot framework registration, right? That app ID. Secret token you need to print. I'll copy it and paste it here, right? I can take it this one. This is app ID 2B1. And we have the secret token. We need to this thing, both things is very important to communicate from your code. This one will build from your normally in the Teams App Studio will be there. We can able to develop using the App Studio also same structure. We can able to see here in the manifest. Okay, the same manifest is the same thing will create after that. Here you can understand the what scope, team, personal, group chat, everything. You can decide where you want to execute our bot. Okay, now we are done with this. Okay, just I'm running with that. Just say use Gulf ngrok -serve. Okay, with just you need a Gulf, right? You can from the Gulf we are running the ngrok and execute it. Here you need to decide, okay, this is the main place. If you are running a proactive message, we need to add a where you want to bring the support, Express support, we need to bring your own element. And when you come to the bot, right, this is a starting point for messages, API/messages, whatever starting point, you can get all that stuff. Okay, just I'll show you the output. Once you running, you can see here the one URL will be executed. Like just copy the URL. This is the server URL exposed from NGRAG. NGRAG is solution to expose your local HTTP. This is the HTTP, right? 14040 export to your server environment. That's I can use the URL in my configuration message endpoints /API /messages. Okay, they say same thing you can able to see in our code also. This say API/messages. You can use different name, then there also you need to modify. That's it. Okay, don't think this is the standard message URL like that. Whatever you have like, you can able to modify. Just apply. Once applied, then I can go here. It's completing nearby. Okay, now done, right? You can done. Just I go to my teams. Okay.
Cool.
When you come to teams, okay, let's say we are connecting with the teams. Let's say any teams you can have. You can go here. If you have a site loading permission or you are admin, then you can able to do. Otherwise, it's not allowed to upload the app. Okay, or you have any SPFx web part, you can able to use it. That's also it's supported. Upload an app from where you are deployed the app. You can select the app with a new version, right? So now it's done. Okay, it's selected. What are the things we did? Just remember that. Remember that say in the Azure we can use, just I'll open. We can use the URL and then the app you are uploading here in the Visual Studio code. The code part I can add the security token as well as the app ID. That's more all the enough. Okay, I'll come. I can just remove that. If you can have anything already, then you need to remove it, able to remove also. Let's say from the code, say, or you can update any version and bring that. Okay, let's say, let's take like this. Yeah, now the Microsoft changed the priority where you want to remove. Let's say, let's say teams that in the administration only they are allowing because of maybe it's a security reason. Teams apps here also you can understand that how to manage the apps, whatever apps you are deployed, everything available here. Okay, let's say you can search project. Okay, able to search and you can find it and you can able to delete it, right? Just say open and you can able to actions, say delete it. After deleted, go here again and I can upload the new app. This is the same version. You can able to do update a new version, able to do. Okay, just uploading. This is done, right? Yeah. Now uploaded. Now I can install the app in my Teams. Okay, wherever you want, I can click to the team or to the chat or to the meeting or the same place I can use in a personal app also. We can able to use in the personal app. Then you open here. For example, I can say hi or something like it's just clicking itself. We can bring the help because we added in the manifest. Just say where I am, who I am, I like that. It lets you go. That time it will bring the message also here. Okay, once again I'll give message me something is loading. Okay, whenever using the teams, I can just add the teams itself. We can go apps. Just have 1 minute. Organization teams app and add in the team. Maybe it's not deployed in this new one. Yeah, now we can say new conversation ads. We can able to yeah, it's already is there, right? It's a project. We can able to find your app and you can able to find mention me or something like that. It will communicate. Okay, let's see. Normally mention mean what will do is it will bring like this. Okay, you say identify the channel, where you want to your name and it will mention. And if you want the same thing, you can bring. I say it's sometimes the first time it's take little time. Okay, let's say help. I can do anyone that's sending and bringing back. It's loading, but it's not bringing the data. Okay, this you can understand, right? What I'm did it first. Main thing, just refresh it. Main thing is first thing is app for bot framework to develop, and second, whatever your configuration channels you can do it. Then create it. First thing is configuration and use the URL, whatever your ngrok, then only you can update. The final version, if a real-time scenario, you can use the Azure website wherever you are deployed, right? That URL, domain URL will be there. That you can manage here. Okay, and also enable the channel Teams, then only it will work. Otherwise, it's not available for Teams. Whatever channel available here, then only support. Second part is we need to work on these updates in the environment file. If you are using your Teams, okay, then we can say whatever the coding part you can update, you deploy everything, and then you can deploy as a ngrok. Okay, let's say when you run Gulf ngrok -ser. Okay, this is the main point we need to do for our bot development. Always remember that what we are doing, what type of bot you are planning, you need to decide. Okay, let's say you can say that when you come, we are a message extension or a bot or a task or a tab like that. Tab is look like this. Okay, whenever coming for project one, sorry, one second, let's say project one, you can see here about the part. You can say about like this, the installation has happened something wrong. Okay, when you can see like this, you can able to see the pages, whatever tabs you want to bring, you can able to bring and show in the screen. That's it. Here I completed. Thanks for your time.
Jenkins, thank you very much. So very quickly, where can we find you?
Anyone can easily connect me in a Twitter account or in my LinkedIn. You can say LinkedIn/Jenkins NS. That's easy to show in my presentation. Yeah, easily find it in my LinkedIn or in a Twitter account and a blogs. I have a YouTube channel, and you can easily connect me. Okay. Anything doubts, always I can help. Ping me. Don't worry. Obviously, I can help. Anything I'll give a reference or I'll give the solutions out of that.
Okay, Jenkins, as ever, pleasure and very educational, actually, and interesting.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.